The chat never shows up on here properly. Hey Ashley. Ready? Come on. Unfortunately, I can't see what anyone says in the chat here. I don't know what's going on with it. I can see you've said a couple of comments just by the top fans thing, but I can't see what the comments are. Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Looks like a nice day. It's about 10, 11 degrees, 50 degrees-ish. Few clouds in the sky. Not too bad though, a bit sunny as well. The weather comes from that way, so you can see like when it's gonna rain soon. Yeah, it's a little bit cool. It's dry though. Cooper would come out in any weather anyway. We've been here in rain. We've even been here when it started hailing. Had ice falling on his back. He was covered in all these little bits of ice all over his fur. Still didn't want to leave. Had to drag him home. Hey! Yeah. My neighbour's dog passed away the other night. Not last night, the night before. He was only 8 years old. So Cooper lost one of his friends. Oh, there's heaps of it here because there's a couple of creeks that run through the area. Like just over that way, there's like another suburb, houses, you know. If you go that way, like as you can see, all houses around there and everything. There's a footy oval and then houses that way, housing that way. It's just through here, there's a couple of creeks that run. So there's this park here, then there's a creek, and then there's another park, then there's another creek, then there's another park, and the creek goes that way, and there's more like empty land over that way, and there's a trail that goes along next to the creek all the way over there. That's how we end up walking so far each morning. So yeah, there's a lot of people that bring their dogs out here from other places too. When you look at it, you'd think I'm out in the middle of the country somewhere. This is a city with 5 million people. It looks like there's no one for miles. Little country town with a couple hundred people in it or something. If you're looking from this point of view. And the creek goes all the way along there and so far that way, ends up coming up to where I used to live. Oh, thanks, Cooper. The police have come to arrest you. Lock him up. On their daily patrol. I see them almost every day go past here. If you go all the way along the creek, it joins another creek and ends up going pretty much all the way to the city. And there's a house that's along this very creek, miles that way though. And if you're out the front yard, it looks like a beautiful inner city home, big 2-story balcony all the way around it. Like 10-minute drive into the CBD, all that, like inner city home. You go to the backyard and it's like the house would be here all the way down to the creek. There is their backyard. They've got a gazebo. Right, huge property. Out the front it's an inner city property. Out the back it's an old country homestead. Hello. Victoria Police and their finest officers. My granddad used to live right next door to a cop, and the cop was the canine unit cop. So he had the actual police dog lived in his house with him. And my granddad had a German Shepherd, and the police dog was a German Shepherd. Yes, some people and there's too much money in the world, I think. Imagine people from 100 years ago getting told, by the way, that, 5-cent loaf of bread, you're going to have to pay $5 for it one day. And be like, what? That's a week's wages for me. What are you talking about? It's going to cost a week's wages for a loaf of bread. Don't understand it. Give everyone more money and make everyone pay more money. Oh, come on, what you doing? You're gonna be lazy bones already. I'll steal it. I'll steal it. He puts his paw on it. Yeah, I'll steal it. Can I have it? You'll die in your 100-year-old house. I must admit I can't see myself moving again. The place I've got, like, it's not a big house or anything, but I don't need anything bigger. I've only got me and my son, and in future he's going to move out, so it's just going to be me. So if anything, if I had a bigger house, I would end up needing something or wanting something smaller in future. So yeah, I can't see myself moving. I think my house was built in the 70s or 80s, 40 or 50 years old. And Cooper's actually my son's dog. We've already talked about when he moves out, he's going to take him with him. But if he moves out while he's like going to university and doesn't have time to actually take care of him, then he's still going to stay with me. But then again, if he ends up getting a girlfriend and having someone else in the house that'll stay home with Cooper and walk him and everything, then he'll be all good. But he can't go from pretty much having someone with him all the time and being taken out a couple of times a day and played with at night and everything. You can't go from that to being home alone all the time. And yeah, oh yeah, I definitely miss him. But he is my son's dog. Aren't you, Cooper? I call him, I always say your brother when I'm talking about my son to him. Like when we leave here, I always say, come on, gotta go get your brother. And I'm dad. But really, my son is dad. So that makes me his granddad. Here comes one of his friends now. But I couldn't imagine my son without his dog. Even though I'd miss him, and I'm the one that walks him all day and stuff like that. My son comes out with us on weekends. But yeah, if he didn't have his dog, I don't know, he'd get a bit upset, I reckon. And like at night time after dinner, we'll have a play with Cooper. We'll both be playing with him. If we're both sitting there asking him for the ball, he'll give the ball to my son like 99% of the time. Come on. No, that's what I mean. If he's in university and he's on his own, Cooper would stay with me. Depends if he's... Right, if my son's still living with me while he's in university, college, whatever, then it's all good. But if he moves out, say halfway through or something while he's there, it all depends on the situation. If, like, he's got someone with him, like I said, it would be alright. Are we close? Yeah. Me and my son, very much so. He's always home. He doesn't go out with his friends or anything. And the university that he's going to go to is like not far from our place or anything. He doesn't want to get his license yet, so he would end up just catching a bus there, and it's just one bus straight there. He wouldn't have to, like, worry about getting to university or anything from my house. He could just go straight there. But I couldn't imagine he would want to stay with me the whole time, you know. Once he's in university and gets friends there, and who knows. But I had an appointment just yesterday for him to pick his year 11 subjects at school. So next year is his second last year of school. He's pretty much starting his high school certificate. That's what you meant. Oh, to the university. Yeah, it's not far from the university. He could travel there easily from my place. But I would expect, like, he wants to do computing and IT stuff, so he'll have to go for at least 4 years. The course that he wants to do, he's already looked at what courses are there and make sure he can go to the right university to do the right course and all of this stuff. And he's picked his year 11 subjects to line up with what the prerequisites for the university courses are. So he's already starting to do his stuff that he needs to for when he's older and gets a job and everything. What are you doing, Cooper? Why aren't you playing? Yeah, information technology, computer science. So, like a bachelor's degree or something. Like, yeah, I don't know exactly what degree he'll end up getting, but the one that the course that he wants to do there is 4 years, but halfway through it, after the first 2 years, you can, like, choose to go into one section or another section or whatever, you know. You start off with just pretty much everyone doing the course does the first 2 years the same, and then the third and fourth year You can either do hardware or software or coding or all different sorts of like little parts of the computing, and you can specialise in whatever part. But you can also do 2 years at the start, and then do the 2 years for information technology, like the information technology start, then do the 2 years for computer science, like the software stuff, then do the 2 years that's the other 2 years that you could have done, so you end up doing 6 years instead of 4, so you end up with both specialties. So yeah, he could be there for a while if he ends up doing all that. So that's what, 2 more years of school, 6 more years of education after that. That's still 8 more years until he's even finished his education. So yeah, a fair bit to go still. And if he stays with me all that time, while he's doing all that stuff, jeez. By that time, Cooper will be 11 years old. You're already like an old man, aren't you? Look at you, lying around. 2 in high school, 4 in college. Well, you do 2 years in high school here to get your high school certificate. And then you can do just 4 years of college and then be finished. Or you can even do other courses that are less, as far as I know. But the one that he wants to do, he can do just 4 years if he wants to. But because there's the different specialty things you can do within the course, then he can end up doing both parts of it if he wants. And end up doing even longer. But at the least he needs to do 2 more years of school after this year just to get his high school certificate. Graduate high school. And then from there he's got to decide if he's doing university or just going to get a job or what he's going to do. But he seems pretty set on the computing stuff. It was funny, we went into the interview yesterday and we're talking to the teacher, and she knows he wants to do information technology and computing stuff and coding work and stuff like that on computers. And she says to him after she's looked at his subjects, so do you want to go to university? And I thought to myself, how else is he going to get the job? It's like if someone says to you, oh, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer, and you say, oh, so do you plan on going to college? Oh, how do I get the job without it? Of course I'm going to go to college. I want to be a lawyer, you know? And a teacher who's meant to be involved with education asked if he's going to want to go to university to get the job that he wants that requires university. No sense at all. And with the way the world's going these days, everything going digital and technology, his school doesn't even offer like multiple technology courses. It's just one. So he's next year, just to fill up his subjects, he's chosen a music subject. pretty crazy. What's the time? Gotta go in 10 minutes. Pick up your brother. Yeah, it's alright. You still got 10 minutes. You gonna play? Good boy. New Frisbee-roo.
Yeah.
Won't last long.
No, the way he's chewing it through. No. To be fake, not chewing.
Come on. You don't really bring it back too well. Oh, here comes the crazy dog. Oh no. Can hear him already. Huh? An associate degree, yeah. I don't know what they called here, because it's not like a bachelor's degree or anything like that. But over here, drop it. Over here, people don't go to college, they go to TAFE normally. Like, they either go to university or TAFE. And TAFE is like, I don't know, for trades and stuff, like a trade school. And you can do like smaller courses in there, where it's even just like 1 year, 2 year course, get like certificate 3 or whatever in whatever you're doing, construction or something. Not actually a degree, just a certificate to say that you can do it. And then usually from there you go to do a, what's it called, apprenticeship. And that'll last for 4 years. So then at the TAFE you only have to do like 12 months or something. Some of the courses are even only 6 months. And you just get a certificate that'll get you into an apprenticeship. And then you start learning your job on the job. That's what I'd rather. Engineering, oh yeah, that's a good thing to have these days. Cooper, drop it. Where are you taking it? Give the ball to everyone else. Oh, quality control, eh? Well, I was going to do pretty much what my son's doing. but the university I wanted to go to didn't offer the right course. And then when I went to the university I went to a different university to get a certificate to be able to go to the right university to do the right course. But the university I went to get that certificate wasn't good enough for the other university to get into their course. It was only good enough to get into the university that I'd done the course at. And they didn't offer the degree that I wanted. So, yeah, it was either go start it all again or just get a job doing whatever. Needed to start paying the bills, so just ended up working. But back then it was a lot easier to get a job. Just talk to one of your mates and they'll have someone that they know who owns some business doing something, and yeah, didn't need all the certificates that you need these days. Buddy! Little white Labrador. He always tries to steal Cooper's ball. Yeah. It's amazing what little jobs are out there if you know about them. They don't teach you what jobs are actually available in school. That's the problem. When I was in year 11, I was still in school and I had a friend who was an apprentice scaffolder. And like, they don't tell you things about bonus money that you can get and stuff. And he used to get paid extra money for going up to dangerous heights while he was doing scaffolding. Like putting all the scaffolding up when they're building a new building or whatever. All the metal walkways and stuff around the outside of it. And yeah, he used to get all this extra money just for it being a dangerous job. And when he was 15 years old, he was getting over $1,000 a week. Still living at home with his parents. And they don't tell you about all that sort of stuff. Buddy! Like over here, one of the best places to work is in a mine, because they're what they call FIFO jobs, fly in, fly out jobs, you know. And they do like pretty much 4 weekly shifts, like 4 weekly rotations. And technically in Australia, a full-time job is 38 hours a week. So you work 40-hour weeks, and every 4th week you get 1 day off, which is 8 hours, and that's 2 hours for each of the 4 weeks. So pretty much they just make it so every 4 weeks you have to work 19 days. So they would just give you 19 days straight, and then you go home for 9 days. Because you get the 4 weekends and the 1 day off. Oh, mining, all sorts. Just iron. There's a lot of iron over here. Apparently that's one of the biggest exports from Australia. Iron ore. And yeah, workers go there, work for 19 days, go back. While they're there working for the 19 days, they don't have to pay for their accommodation. They don't have to pay for food or anything. They've got like the mess hall where they eat their meals. They've got the barracks sort of things where they like have their bunks and dorms and stuff that they sleep in. So they've pretty much got 4 weeks worth of pay to go home and spend in 9 days. There's people that like just literally stay in hotels and stuff for the 9 days, don't even have a house. What are they? Use makes. I don't know what you mean. Cooper, come here. You always have to run this way. Oh, masks. Where I work, I don't have to. There's a couple of places where it's kind of up to me. They say, oh, maybe you should wear one. Just for like splashback of water and like the cleaning chemicals and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't have to wear one where I work. Anyway, that noise that was just in the background, I don't know if you heard it, but that was the school bell. So that means I have to go pick up my son. So I'm going to have to take off now. I'll be playing Fortnite later on tonight, so yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for popping in, Ashley. It's good to have a chat. I'll talk to you again later, and yeah, I'll be on my channel later tonight. So thanks everyone, have a good day, and bye for now.